Welcome back to Solent Sports News. I'm James Worthington and this is your 3 PM bulletin. Could Southampton manager Mark Hughes face the sack this weekend as the Saints travel to Craven Cottage? Claudio Ranieri will be taking charge of Premier League struggling side Fulham as they face Southampton this Saturday. The Italian is famous for making miracles at Leicester City, but can he become the saviour of South West London? Despite the rumours, Hughes feels confident they can turn their season around.
It's not about ripping things up and throwing the baby out with the bathwater. We're not at that point. The club is sound. A lot of good work's been done here over a good period, which will enable this club to prosper. We just need to get over this bump in the road and we'll be fine.
Elsewhere in Hampshire, AFC Tottenham's new signing is out through injury. Liam Crook's been sidelined for Tottenham's next fixture against Bristol Manor Farm after the 29-year-old suffered a knee injury in training. The midfielder could miss the rest of the season for the Stags, as Louis Langdown prepares for life without his summer signing. However, it is not all doom and gloom for the Stags, as club captain Jack Masterton will be returning to the starting 11 following his dislocated shoulder. Former Republic of Ireland captain Andy Townsend believes change is needed at the top of the FAI for the next national team manager to be a success. Ex-Republic boss Mick McCarthy remains the favourite to succeed Martin O'Neill, but Townsend thinks it might be better for him and the team if Chief Executive John Delaney stepped down.
There's no suggestion right now that John Delaney is going to want to turn around and pass the baton to somebody else, but he should. He should. But he's done. He's had his run at it, and he should be prepared now, for the sake of Irish football, to let somebody else go and implement some dynamism into it, a fresh approach.
Wolves could face a fresh inquiry this week. The football authorities are set to launch another investigation into a relationship between the club's owners and super agent Jorge Mendes. Leaked emails this week revealed an apparent attempt to avoid tax and find a way around FA regulations. In women's football, there could be a lot of anger with the FA this week. Some women have discovered through a newspaper on the Danish network that women could face 3 months without short notice if they are injured, meaning they could end up being jobless.
It's the same as the men's game.
This is something that is not replicated in the men's game, further adding to the anger of the women's board. The cricket. The England's women cricket is off today. Sean Wilson's here with the update.
Well, England started well in the third test against Sri Lanka on day one. Johnny Bairstow hit a brilliant 110, ably supported by Ben Stokes with 57 and Joe Root with 46 as England closed on 312 for 7. However, in the evening session, England lost 4 for 59 and potentially lost a promising position of 235 for 3 on day one. Bairstow, however, revealed he was relieved to come back into the side and make a big contribution.
You look at the challenges that have been put in front of me as a cricketer over a period of time, and there's been quite a few, and I'd like to hope that I've come through most challenges along the way, and I'm desperately proud. This couple of weeks has been tough. It's been real tough.
It's the first time in a test match that Bairstow has batted in the number 3 position, and it'll be interesting to see whether England persevere with him in that position in the future. Back to you, James.
Thanks, Sean. England's women have enjoyed more success in a major tournament. They've reached the final of the World T20 competition after beating India by 8 wickets and Antigua. After restricting India to 112, England reached their target with just under 3 overs to spare thanks to a partnership of 92 between Amy Jones and Nat Siver. Siver is looking forward to the game ahead.
I think there were 2 pretty clinical performances from them and us, so it should be a good final and obviously something that we need to prepare for.
In rugby union, Australia have suffered an injury blow. Flanker David Pocock has been ruled out of Saturday's Autumn International against England with a neck injury. The 30-year-old failed a late fitness test on Friday. In boxing, a former world champion has announced his retirement. Tony Bellew has said through social media that his career has boxed its final round. The 35-year-old has revealed this following his 8th-round knockout defeat by Alexander Usyk.
Today I am announcing that I am officially retired. There will be no more fighting from me. The only things you will see me doing from here on in is trying to act sensible and behave myself.
In Hampshire, 19-year-old Red Walters has signed a pro contract with Vitus Pro Cycling for the 2019 season. The Red Stars now stepped up to continental level, just 2 below competing with World Tour teams like Team Sky. He'll be alongside 3-time Olympic gold medalist Ed Clancy and Graham Briggs for the upcoming season. David Rawlinson, the Deputy President of the Lawn Tennis Association, believes that it's important to encourage the youth to take up tennis.
We all have the challenge of the up-and-coming generation who have so much more they can do that doesn't involve sport. Now, the computer generation, the iPad generation, whatever, all these things that I don't necessarily fully understand. It's in all our interest to get children now, not just women, out there doing something physical.
We'll be hearing from the Rawlinson and other members of the Lawn Tennis Association later on in our 4 p.m. sports bulletin. But moving overseas to F1, our reporter Charlie Cranston has a story.
Round of the Grand Prix calendar lands in Abu Dhabi this weekend, and in the second practice that has just concluded, Mercedes' Valtteri Bottas is fastest, with Lewis Hamilton in second. The Ferrari split them in second and third. So going into this weekend, it's the Mercedes who look favourite for pole, and Valtteri Bottas will look for his first win of the season as his teammate Lewis Hamilton has already clinched the championship. Back to you, James.
Thank you, Charlie. We also have word from AFC Tottenham with Luke Dennis. He's here with the story at Tottenham following their injury crisis. What's happening, Luke?
Thanks, James. Yeah, it's a difficult weekend for Tottenham this weekend as fullback Connor York remains out of the side alongside goalkeeper Shane Murphy. But new winger Flavio Tavares should be back in the squad for the visit of Bristol Manor Farm. Back to you.
Thanks, Luke. That's all from us at the moment. Join us later for the Solent Sports News 4 p.m. bulletin. Thank you.
Oh my God.